do is um, let's just go through everyone and go ahead and just say who you are on the site and describe what character you're playing and a quick synopsis of their skills and weapons, that sort of thing. So you get to know what each other can do. Whoever wants to start.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll start in a second. I need to find something I typed up.
Good. Somebody else can start then.
I'll go.
Okay.
Was that two of us? Anyways, so this is Vardaen, and I'm playing Night Fox, the Kai Master. He's rank 5 with the following disciplines: weapon skill, tracking with bow. So his main combat bonuses are with a bow. When he makes a ranged attack, or if he attacks at night, or when using a bow, he's getting bonuses. He's also a qualified tracker and hunter with a camouflage ability. I picture him as kind of the ranger type. And he has a mind over matter discipline, which I'm not sure what that does.
Telekinesis.
Okay, so he carries a bow.
He's a Jedi.
Yeah, aren't we all Jedi? So I kind of figured that out. He has a bow, but he also has a broadsword. He has an important coil of rope and a potion of lamb spur. So I believe that's healing.
Yep.
Yes. He has hunting, so I'm not carrying any meals, it looks like. But his combat skill is a 19, his endurance is up to a 21, and a willpower of a 12. He has a chainmail waistcoat on. He's both quick and a night owl with stealth and riding. He's definitely the outdoorsy kind of guy. That's all I have on him. If I missed something, I apologize.
Good.
What weapon did he have?
His main weapon is bow, but he does have a broadsword.
Okay.
So he gets +2 combat with the bow and -1 CS when making ranged attacks. Or +1 CS when making ranged attacks. Yeah, and +1 at night. So hence Night Fox.
Oh, nice. Okay, I am Storm Sparrow. My weapon skill is quarterstaff, and I have hunting, healing, tracking, and animal kinship. So I'm almost a ranger. And I have a bow as a secondary weapon, but I have a +2 combat skill when I use my quarterstaff, so that's my primary weapon. Combat skill of 18, +2 for 20 for a quarterstaff. 26 endurance, 17 willpower, no armor, and 0 defense, and no shield. And then for traits, I have keen senses and a wild bond. And my animal companion is a bangrel, which is a very aggressive sea eagle with razor-sharp talons. They have strikingly bright feathers, oversized talons, and a serrated beak, and it's a nocturnal hunter. And their hunting call can carry for over 3 miles on a clear night. So it's just an eagle.
Okay.
And I have survival and perception as skills, and a quiver with 12 arrows, and a +1 on animal kinship, and +1 on all tracking, and related sense-related tests. Oh, and I also have 2 healing potions and a coil of rope.
He sounds more like the druid guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll go. I'm Eanwulf. I'm playing the part of Dawn Thunder. Looks like he's pretty much a middle-lined monk with melee skills. He's got your generic healing. He fights with a warhammer, has a shield. Looks like he protects his mind with mind shield, has 6th sense to detect danger, tracking to find targets. Looks pretty much down the line on skills. Combat skill with a shield 17, 22 endurance, 18 willpower. He has +1 when involving riddles, acrobats, hiding, and technique tests like your combat technique skills. Not really sure what the free skill sage means. He has the erudite trait.
That just means you get an extra skill, which
that would be probably the
sage.
plus one on riddles and puzzles.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, it looks like you're pretty much generic Kai initiate, a little more combat oriented than the others.
What armor and weapon do you have?
He fights with a warhammer, has a dagger auxiliary, and he just has a shield, no listed armor.
Make sure you look at that shield dance technique. You might find that useful sometime.
All right.
All right then, I guess I'll start. My name is Hermit, and I will be playing the role of Bright Shield. Now, according to his sheet, he is rank 5, and he knows the disciplines Mind Blast, Mind Over Matter, Animal Kinship, Hunting, and Mind Shield. So it seems like he is of a similar vein to Dawn Thunder in that sense, where he knows a few combat-oriented Kai skills. His combat skill is 18 plus 2 for the shield, which makes it 20. His endurance is 24, plus 1 modifier for tireless trait, which makes it 25. And he has a willpower of 13. He wears a chainmail waistcoat. His defense is 3, and he carries a shield. His weapon is a spear. His traits are tireless and commanding, and his skills are might and crafting. He doesn't carry much in the way of inventory. He just carries a coil of rope and a lantern, and that's about it. I would say he's, like I said, he's probably a very melee-oriented character as well.
Yeah, and don't forget your commanding trait, which you can spend 2 willpower to grant an ally plus 1 to their combat skill for 1 combat exchange, or plus 1 to a technique test.
Right. That's what it says in the notes.
Yep.
Okay.
So he can basically give you a buff.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'm sort of a cleric in a sense.
Yeah. He has like the most psychic abilities of all the characters as well. So, okay. So, if you guys are ready to get, go ahead.
Does anyone not have the hunting skill? It sounds like almost everyone has the hunting.
Oh, I have hunting.
Who does not have it?
I have tracking, but I don't have hunting.
Okay, that means you need to find food for yourself every day. Do not forget that.
Yeah, you'll lose endurance if you can't feed yourself. So you'll just have to pay gold basically per day if you are in a place where you can. But you can when you're in town you can buy, how many ever food that you need, and I'm just gonna make it like 2 coins for a meal. I don't know what it actually is, but that's fine. Okay.
Do we have notes for the powers or any of the
so Shurijo just sent an email, and it has all the techniques in it. And so the disciplines are kind of self-explanatory, right? Except like the very specific ones, Mind Blast and whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, Mind Blast. So what Mind Blast does, it gives +2 to your combat skill. That's all it does. And
Mind Over Matter.
Mind Over Matter is basically you can move small objects with your mind. That's it. Nothing specific. Like this is a pretty rules light system, so I mean we'll just go with it, right?
Gotcha.
Okay. Can I whisper to individual? I don't know.
I think you can. I think what you do is you type in like whisper, and then you type in the person's name, and after that you say whatever you need to say. At least that's what I got from the tutorial.
Yeah, /W should do it.
/W.
And then the name.
Okay. I just whispered to Storm Sparrow. Okay, that's fine. I don't know that I'll be doing that much, but I might. I have some ideas. Okay. So I'm gonna play you guys a sound snippet.
Tasty lick.
All right, so let's get started here. Oh yeah, these obviously tokens are a little blown up. I'm gonna decrease their size when needed. But right for now, they're just for visual representation. So.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean it doesn't matter where you are on this map. So I'm gonna play this real quick, and if I can find it.
3 weeks ago, the Kai Mistress Riverblade set out from the Kai Monastery with her initiates on a strange quest. They were to fetch a young boy from Caden, a city in Cloasia. The boy, named Lindstrad, supposedly showed great potential for Kai gifts which had manifested rapidly. Within the Kai leadership, there was concern that the Dark Lords, who had been sending agents into the east for over a year, might hear rumors of the boy's powers and seek to rid a threat before he had grown and been trained. It proved too true when Riverblade and her initiates caught the Dracarum spy, leading them to suspect more in the region and causing a particular worry for the boy. The initiate Truestrong returned to the Kai Monastery with the spy, leaving the others to continue their task forward. Last night, the group arrived in Ragadorn, the capital, if there were such a thing, of what is called the Wildlands. Riverblade has left her initiates at the local tavern to rest, as her journey is still not done, while she collects further information of what might await before them.
Okay. So for the last couple weeks, you've been traveling from the Kai Monastery, which is here. You'll see this pop up on your screen. Now, you guys can unmute. I muted you because there's some feedback, but the Kai Monastery is there. You've over the last couple weeks, you've been traveling down this road to the capital of Summerland, which is Home Guard, which is there, and from there you've come all the way to Ragadorn, which is there. And so right now you are awaiting Riverblade, who is essentially your master, and you're all her. Basically, she's trained you all from around 10 years old to in the disciplines of the Kai and so forth. And so she's left to investigate a lead. She's still in Ragadorn, and she's telling you she's going to be back soon. And you guys are essentially in your rented common room, and you can currently. And so what you're doing here, just to recap, is you are on your way to Caden, which is here. Okay. And you are going there to basically find the boy Lindstrad and bring him back to the Kai Monastery for training. It is very unusual for Kai to go and recruit outside of Summerland. So you did hear rumors that he seemed to show very strong prowess in the gifts already, and he's supposed to be like 6 or 7. So yeah, well maybe, right? And so so that's your task, and so you're sitting around waiting for her to return, and what do you do?
Guess we all sit quietly.
Well,
You're just gonna wait?
She's been gone for a night.
She's been gone for a few hours.
Oh. How long do we expect her to be gone for?
She should be back shortly.
Oh, okay.
I'll take the opportunity to sharpen my blade and check my fletchings and, prepare for the journey out of town.
say it's a common room, do they have like a public bath area, or do you go outside? Or
There's a latrine outside. There's like a latrine outside, something like that.
oh, basically to bathe. We've been on the road,
Oh,
so
bathe. Yeah, you could. There's a public bathhouse you could go to.
Nice. No, in Ragadorn, the wildlands are just to the south of us. How are we going to get to that other town? Are we planning on going through the wildlands? There's no roads there, or down the river. Have we talked about how we're going to get there?
She has not talked about that yet, with what your destination is. There are two ways essentially. There is down the River Dorn, and there is to the east. And if I'll bring back up the map for you guys. So you can go south there on the River Dorn, or you can go east to Gorngrove and then south through Rat Creek, which is like a swampy area. There's no actual direct route over in this direction, right? On a road. And the reason you came here is because she heard rumors of there being a Drakarian spy here. And so that's why she brought you here first, instead of going south from Homeguard down to like Eshnar and then east.
Okay. So if we're basically looking for the spy right now, right?
Essentially, yes.
Yeah. So are we in the? So we're in the common room of a tavern. So I'm going to go out to the main room of the tavern.
yeah, that's what I was going to suggest is freshen up, maybe get a bite to eat and check local rumors.
I'm thinking of doing some carousing myself.
We can figure out what the river's been like. It might help to make our decision if we want to go on to Gorn Cove or not.
Well, with a name like Riverblade, I wouldn't be surprised if we took that route.
Well, Rat Creek doesn't sound too appealing either.
No.
So here's what you know about the Wildlands, okay? So the Wildlands has no central government. Ragadorn is the biggest city in the Wildlands, and it's not particularly big. It's a port to the Gulf of Durinor, and so it does have a lot of trade that comes through. But as far as like a government, it has a baron, and his like laws don't extend into the Wildlands hardly at all. So it's not, it's very lawless and dangerous in the Wildlands. Now you wouldn't expect to see like Dark Lords have influence there, but wild men, bandits, that sort of thing, yes.
Yeah, if we could research a reputable merchant, we might be able to pretty much try to hide in plain sight, find a caravan going down the river. Like I said, preliminary stuff to help ease her when she gets back.
Okay. So let's give V a couple minutes here, and then we can. But if you guys want to talk about your plan of act, like if you want to try to find a merchant, that's fine too. You might want to consider shopping or something like that too, if you wanted some goods.
Yeah, we're pretty much initiates, so yeah, we would do whatever we could to help her out, help preparation, make the transition easier. Probably want to try to go out and find food, rumors about caravans, see if there's been recent attacks.
Yeah, I want to kind of do the same thing, kind of just talk to the locals and see what's going on.
Okay. Let's just give V a couple minutes here.
Yeah, and then someone needs to buy some food for themselves.
I have one meal.
But if we're going to be going down the river, you're going to have to buy some more because you don't know how to fish.
Hey, Wolf, why don't you roll 1d10 for me?
Sorry about that.
That's no problem.
That's okay.
I think it's going to be an issue.
So basically what we're just going over is basically trying to find out where to go from here, right? Like what your path is, because your possible your possible ways to get to Caden are through Gorn Cove,
right?
or
Or
down the
river.
river, right?
Okay.
And so, like I was saying, the wildlands are pretty lawless. There's no central government there. It's like it's kind of like almost barren, not quite desert, but not temperate exactly. So
Gotcha.
think like huge fields of just brush and stuff like that. And so there's a lot of raiders, bandits, things like that. Not such a nice area.
Question.
Yep.
Are there any particularly dangerous local fauna in the area?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay. So I guess hunting wouldn't be too much of an issue.
No, you would be able to hunt in the wildlands. Yes.
Okay.
Even if you could find mushrooms or fish or something like that, that would work too.
Yeah,
just
you would.
for
There's enough water source where you can hunt.
Right, right.
So
I'm just trying to make sure, nothing
right.
particularly dangerous doesn't
No,
just
I understand. Yeah, yeah. Your most danger is essentially, basically the people in the wildlands, and they do tend to gather around the river because that's where they get that's their main river or water source. So that would be the main thing. So otherwise, you're wanting to go and ask about rumors and such about the trip south on the river. Is that right?
Yeah,
And you went to find a merchant.
yeah. And Storm wouldn't mind visiting the Queen's Garden there.
Okay. So the Queen's Garden. Let me. Are you on that? Okay, you're on that page. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just reading over the little points of interest on the map there.
Yeah, that's not really anything to concern yourself about with, really, because it's a stolen map, right? So yeah, the Queen's Garden is just it's a ornate garden. There's really no queen in Ragadorn. It's just got a lot of different types of flowers and plants and stuff like that. So you can walk through there, but it doesn't really do that much. But as far as you do ask some people about the trip south, and they are very concerned about. There's one tribe that has been attacking riverboats quite a bit lately, and so most of the merchants that are going south, and they're pole boats because the river isn't huge, so they've been hiring security for their trips south. There've been several attacks in the last few months, and that sort of thing.
So it sounds like the option of the river poses the problem of the raiders, but it could also provide us with a free transportation if we let them hire us on as guards. And they could provide us food and the boat, and we wouldn't have to pay them because we'd be security.
Yeah, that's what comes across to me is what a true monk would do, is offer their services.
Or we go to east, and then we got to go through the swamp, which sounds like nobody wants to go through a swamp.
All right.
Remember, we're comparison shopping, so we can also check for rumors about the village east, too, if they've heard any words.
True.
Yeah.
We could do that once we hit the market square looking for food.
There appears to be more than one market, so perhaps we might split up and investigate different parts of these marketing areas.
Yeah, as far as provisions go, since this is a river place, we probably want to get like dried salted fish and stuff like that. Seems like that would be most efficient.
Or fishing gear right off the boat.
Yeah.
Why don't we go see what it would cost or be available to actually take a boat south? Hit like the fish markets or the wharf area.
Okay. Well, so heading to the market square first of all, and even if you split up, it's the same thing, right? You find that there is plenty of dried fish to buy. That isn't, that does not cost very much. So you can buy one meal per 2 gold, And so that meal counts for the whole day, right? So you guys can buy as much of that as you want. You also know that there are definitely people hiring guards for the trip south, and you all are very recognizable as Kai Lords because you all wear the green cape of the Kai Lords and the brooch. So you are asked at least 3 or 4 times as you're just walking around the wharf if you could, are you going south? Are you going south? Right.
Why is that?
They're asking if you're going south on the river because they want to essentially hire you to go south and protect their. Because Kai Lords are very much more in demand than, say, just a normal guard would be.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we're kind of the Jedi Knights.
Well, yeah, I'm completely unfamiliar with this setting, so...
No, it's fine.
I'm playing by ear.
Yeah,
it's fine.
And being a traditional monk, our hearts would probably go out to, like, the family of 3.
Whichever the next merchant or fisherman with a boat that asks us if we're going south, I'll approach him. Yes, we may be going south. What can you offer us for our trip?
It's like, well, I don't have much money, but I can feed you and I can spare some coin and some of my goods. And he has he's transporting food. He's transporting some fishing gear, and actually one thing that's very nice, he actually has a stock of arrows that he is taking too. So he's offering a little bit of his goods. He doesn't have much in the way of actual coin, but.
Do you have room for 5?
He's like, yes, I would have room for 5. It's a smaller boat, but we could fit.
Is there any way to read his character? Like what kind of aura he exudes?
Yeah. Okay, so Dawn Thunder has 6 cents. So go ahead and roll. D10.
Basically, every die is a D10, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So your Kai senses, you can't get a grasp on if he's telling the truth. There's nothing that would suggest he's not, but you're not 100% sure.
I have a question. How long does he expect this trip to take?
It'll take 2 days down the river.
Okay.
If everything goes well.
Mm-hmm. Inclement weather notwithstanding.
Right. So it should take almost 2 full days.
Okay.
That should be a lot swifter than trying to travel by land.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the man seems honest to me. All we can do is present it to our leader whenever Rain gets back.
I think that's a good idea. We can tell him that as soon as our Kai Mistress gets back, then we can talk to her.
Well, I find out when this guy is setting out.
All right. And where we would find him at.
He talks to Night Fox, and he's like, well, I will wait for you. I would like to leave in the next day or so, but I would wait for you if you are willing to come on my boat and help protect me.
That is agreeable. We shall be back and find you later.
Okay. Guy nods, and he's like, "This is my." He walks over and points to his boat, and it's like a kind of like a oval shaped type of boat. It's a pole boat, has 2 very big poles in it. He's like, usually I have one of my guards man one of the poles. Would that be acceptable for you if one of you could help me steer?
By all means.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, well, that's great then. I'll wait for you.
Good. And we shall be back.
And tell him, you want to tell him where we're at? Tell him if he needs us before then or anything comes up.
Okay. You give him the name of your inn, and he's like, okay, I know where that is. I can come get you if I need you. He seems happy.
Quick question, where is our inn in relation to the city?
It would be. It's probably on the edge. Probably right around here
Okay, got it.
somewhere, and you're around in this area.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the next thing we need to do is find our mistress. See if wait for her to return, and be prepared to set out at once.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to do that?
Did she give us any clues or hints of where she was going or who she was going to go speak to?
She said she was going to. There was a rumor of someone who could have been a spy, and she was going to go follow that lead, and she expected to be back fairly soon.
Maybe we just go back and see if she's gotten back by now.
Yeah.
We spent some time, talking to the merchants and figuring out.
Yeah, you've been gone about an hour, we'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go back and wait.
Yeah, and I'll stop by one of the merchants' booths and buy some fishing hooks and some twine and string and things like that, so I can use my quarterstaff as a fishing rod.
Okay, go ahead and mark off 1 gold from your sheet.
Can we safely assume that our merchant will have supplies on the boat? I mean, he said he'd feed us and everything, so...
He did. You saw some crates and stuff on his boat, so he had something in there.
We
and
can use
Don,
our huntings.
yeah, and Don did not detect any deception from him, but he wasn't sure. He knew that he did not exactly know exactly what the guy was doing, but he did not sense any deception. So you would have no reason to distrust him at this point.
We can use our hunting skill to fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's go back and wait for her and see if she shows up on time or if plot hits us.
Okay. So.
How small is that boat, like, in relation to the deck, to the water?
Oh, well, it looks like 4 or so feet. 4 or 5 feet.
I'm just trying to think, like, if I could theoretically use my spear to sort of, jab it into the water, pluck a fish out.
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that. You could do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, traditional spear fishing usually has a spear with like rope or something.
Well, I mean, my background says I come from a long line of fishermen, so...
Yeah. I don't think that you have hunting, right, Bright Shield?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem for you. The only person that's going to have trouble hunting is, or not hunting, but hunting. The only person that's going to have trouble hunting is Dawn Thunder. So.
That's why I'm pushing the pole.
Yeah. Okay.
Gonna earn my fish.
All right.
Yeah,
so.
I'm looking at the map, and I haven't seen this Temple of the Gods.
Yeah, I wouldn't get too worried about the map. It's just an abstract kind of view of what the town looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that detailed.
As far as we know, we constantly see probably like a dozen buildings in front of us at all times.
Of course.
Yeah, it's definitely a fishing.
Oh wait, I see it now.
Type of port village. I mean, it's big, but it's not that big. You've like Helgard, which you came from, which is the capital of Summerland, is much bigger, probably 4 or 5 times the size.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Is there a Kai Lord presence in this town?
No. No, okay. There's no Kai Lords in the wildlands. They're pretty much strictly focused in Summerland.
Okay, I didn't know if they had like maybe a temple or something.
No, there's no Kai Lords here. They do worship Kai here. So some people do. Kai is a god, essentially, just so you know. But there is some people who worship Kai here, so that could be helpful in that regard. But it's not like a main religion or anything.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if they like had any dedicated shrines or outposts we could go pay our respects.
There's probably, I would say there's a shrine to Kai.
Why don't we go find those guys who worship Kai and see if they know anything about any evil spies in town?
For the CYA factor, let's go back. I want to go back to the tavern, check for messages, and leave one where we're going. Because we never really did state any of that.
Yeah. And we can see if our mistress or Kai Mistress is back yet.
While we're traveling, I keep an eye out for pickpockets and that sort of thing.
Yep. People are really keeping their distance from you. Kai Lords are very. They're kind of. What's the word I'm looking for?
Held in awe.
There's a big. Yeah, they're held in awe. There's a big superstition about them. They're like larger than life to these people. So they're keeping. Nobody's probably gonna pickpocket you. Unless they're really stupid or really, really dangerous. But most people are keeping a very wide berth, and you can easily tell that. And so you're going to head back to the inn? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I want to check for messages, then leave one for her, letting her know where we're at, where we went, and where we're going to.
Okay. So you head back to the inn, and she is not there. And as far as you know, the innkeeper is like, well, she hasn't been back as far as I've seen. And she's a little late now. I mean, it wouldn't be like incredibly odd that she's that late, but...
So not terribly disturbing, but enough to make you wonder.
Yeah.
Well, let's leave a note for her.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
One of us could stay behind, too. That's another option.
I see no problem with myself doing that, if that's alright with everyone else.
I figure, yeah, if we pay our respects, maybe we can ask, because she's looking for a spy, isn't she?
Yeah.
You know what, I worry if our mistress is late after going after a spy, if one of us should be left alone.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking.
We should stick together.
Yeah.
Maybe split in pairs?
That would be okay with me.
Yeah. I think that might give us less of a presence than having all of us walk on the street together.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It attracts less attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause my biggest fear is while we're out, she's gonna come rushing in wounded or something with people on her. Then again, we could maybe, I don't know, my gut instinct was thinking about going to the shrine and maybe asking, tell them, because they're gonna probably ask why we're here. Then again, they're not really Kai Lords, they're just like generic priests, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just priests. They'd just be priests.
Sympathetic to our cause.
Oh yeah, they definitely would be.
Okay, if you want to split into pairs, then yeah, we'll make our trip to the shrine brief.
Alright,
Maybe-
who's going to the
maybe-
shrine then?
I can if nobody else wants to.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll go too then, if we want to split up.
Basically ask, maybe never know, River might have stopped there, you never know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
So splitting off for the shrine real quick. Dawn Thunder and Storm Sparrow head to the shrine. It's not very far away, but when you get there, you notice you see it's very obvious. There's it's a huge garden, and there's multiple idols in the garden. And you're aware of some of the other gods. There are a lot of foreign gods to Summerland, so it's not something that you would see a lot in Summerland itself. But you do see the vision of Kai, which is the sun god, and basically it's a statue of a huge man, with the sun in his hands over his head, which is a fairly typical idol for the Kai. And you see that there's a couple women with green robes, and they have silver hair, and they are basically planting some flowers at the base of the idol.
I approach casually, basically. If they want to make eye contact and acknowledge me, I'll do the same to them and smile.
What time is it? Nighttime now? Evening? Does it? Jason?
Sorry, it's midday.
Midday, okay. A Storm will approach the Maso and just greet them.
Okay. They look up in reverence, and they're like, "Oh, another Kai Lord!" And they stand up and they bow their heads for a few minutes or a few seconds, and they're like, "How can we help you?"
Storm says, "You said another Kai Lord? Have you seen our mistress today?"
Yes, they're like the one they call Riverblade.
And did you see her here at the temple?
Yes. She came here seeking wisdom.
Is she still here?
No, she left maybe an hour ago.
So that would mean she went straight from the tavern or the inn to temple and then left the temple? Because she's been missing for about an hour or two?
Maybe. She's been gone a couple hours, but it's hard to say. I mean, it only takes 15 minutes to get here, so...
Storm will then ask, do you know who she talked with?
Sorry. Alright, say that again, Jim.
Storm will ask her, do you know who our Kai Mistress spoke to?
Well, she spoke to us.
What wisdom did you seek?
There is a foul presence in the city, and we have felt it as well. And we sent her to our contact in the fouler parts of the town to speak to.
I am Dawn Thunder. This is Storm Sparrow. Says we are, River is our mistress. We're trying to find her. Could you perhaps give us the location of this contact?
One of them bows and is like, "Of course. He is a merchant named Grod, and he is in the Old City. And the Old City is a part of Ragadorn. It's just like basically Ragadorn was built on top of it. It's just a section of the city."
Look to you, Storm, and pretty much like, okay, let's go get the others.
Storm will bow to them and thank them for tending to the statue of Kai.
Kai.
Thank them for their assistance and bow and kneel before the statue and say a silent prayer and then leave a gold donation.
Okay.
I'm assuming they have like receptacles in front of them and stuff. And
yeah.
Leave a tithe.
Okay.
An alms bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. So mark off a gold from your sheet. And so...
From the uneditable PDF file.
Right, exactly. So, okay.
Head back to tell everybody what just happened.
Okay. So you head back...
some reverb on Shurijo.
Yeah, I think it's his VoIP cutting in and out.
Okay. There's some weird reverb on your...
okay. Is this better?
Try it again.
Is this better?
A little, yeah. Oh. Elandor just joined us.
Hello. Now. Okay, so you're heading back to the inn, and you head back, and there's been no sign of Riverblade, obviously, and Night Fox and Bright Shield greet you with just bored expressions on their faces.
While they were gone, I have a hard time with some of my baser instincts, and if there's any decent silverware, I just happen to put it in my pocket here or there.
Okay.
According to my character sheet, that was my I was a pickpocket before they found me. So, and I get in trouble for that in the dorm inspections. So that kind of comes out here when there's nobody watching me or holding me accountable.
Oh, you palm the a spoon and a fork, and
yeah.
No, even if they saw you, they don't say anything to you.
Okay, I just have a couple extra pieces.
And you could probably actually sell those for a total of a gold.
Okay.
If you wanted to.
I need to hoard them. That's my.
I'm just shocked that a common tavern has silverware.
Well, there's 5 Kai Lords staying here. It's not that common.
It is a nicer tavern.
Is there any sort of I don't know, precept against Kai Lord. They're a monastic order, so do they hold to any oaths of like temperance or anything like that?
Yeah. Basically, if you're thinking in D&D terms, think of chaotic good, lawful good, that sort of thing. Any tenets you can really, feel free to make something up. That's fine. Temperance, they could be different sort of fealties that might your own character might do, things he might do. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, in that case, I'd like to get a drink from the bartender.
Okay, you can buy a drink. It's
Ask him what's what.
What's that?
Ask him what's what while I'm at it.
Okay, so he has a vintage of wine from Cloasia, which is the Southern Kingdom, and it's like a spiced mulled wine. If you're familiar with real wines like Shiraz or something like that. And then he has just your standard ale. So that's about it, really. And he has something he calls firewater, which is a Ragadorn specialty liquor.
I'll try the firewater.
Okay. So you go ahead and you drink some of the firewater, and let's see. Go ahead and roll. Let's see. All right, so you're. Bear with me here. You're gonna do an endurance check. What is your endurance?
My endurance is 25.
25.
Are we getting drunk in the tavern?
I am.
It looks like Brightshield is. Okay, so 25. So go ahead and roll D10.
I would also like to point out that this adventure started in the tavern.
Common room.
And we want to go adventuring, so...
No, there's no adventuring.
Adventure started in the tavern.
Uh-huh. Alright, should I roll now?
Yeah, roll D10.
Okay.
Okay. So you take a finger of the so a tall shot glass basically of the firewater, and your face just gets like beet red because you have not had any alcohol for like several years, and you just like get kind of lightheaded, and you have to like basically sit down for a minute or two. And you're going to have a negative 1 to all your rolls for the rest of the day.
Oh. Alright.
This happened before we got back, yeah.
While he's busy getting drunk, I'm kleptoing the silverware, so
You're not very good Kai Lords. You're not very good Kai Lords.
They are initiates.
Storm will walk back into the tavern and gather our companions back to the table.
Okay.
And inform them that Riverblade went to meet a contact in O-Town, and that was an hour or more ago.
I'll just stare at him like a mom that knows her kids did something wrong.
Yeah, you can tell that Bright Shield looks strange. You don't have any idea about Night Fox, but Bright Shield looks odd.
It was a test of his endurance, which he failed, and she'll have to try again tomorrow night.
Right.
Now, let's go find our mistress.
Yes, let's go.
Gather your equipment and your wits about you.
Yeah, Storm is not a townsfolk type person. She would much rather be out in the wilderness, out in the woods.
I help Bright Shield to his feet, and
I bat him away. I can walk myself.
Pray none of your silverware falls out.
Oh, it's packed away.
Okay, so the contact they were talking about was Merchant Grod, and let me change the scene for you.
Grodd is not a nice name.
So, okay.
Does he look like an ape?
An ape?
Yes.
Yeah, Grodd the ape.
No.
Oh.
He's just an ugly man.
Close enough.
Creepy music playing, so that means something's gonna happen.
So, Grodd, he's easy to find, and he is a fairly well-known merchant in Old City. Deals in a lot of type exotic items, and so he's easy to find. He has a little boutique, and so it's this building in front of you, sitting close to the water, and it's multi storied, but his is the bottom floor, and so there's a lantern hanging outside. It's not dark. It's not lit. There's some activity inside. I mean, you can't really see from outside.
I'll kind of case the joint for a few minutes before we walk right up to it.
So, why don't you do? Do you have tracking?
I do, I believe.
Why don't you roll that?
Yes, I have tracking.
Can I do an assist? Because I have tracking too.
No. You can track as well.
Okay, I'll try tracking too then.
Okay. And remember, your disciplines give you +1. So, but you don't have to put the +1. It's just... All right. So, Night Fox is looking around, and he looks inside, and he sees a man inside over this, basically a tall table, picking these little vials, going through them and looking at each one. They each have like different sorts of liquid color to them. Like some are purple, some are green.
He looks like an alchemist.
He could be. He might not be an alchemist necessarily, but they're definitely they're definitely ingredients for something like that, you would think.
Okay. Just kind of check up the back and look around and see if there's anybody else that's watching the place.
Doesn't look like it. There's nobody else there as far as you can see besides the normal flow of traffic.
Okay. Well, shall we go inside, gentlemen?
But of course.
Yes.
Okay.
Give him a chance to come back, and I want to open the doors with like a purpose and meaning. Hell, we are Kai Lords. Even initiates.
Yeah.
If you believe the path to be safe, then by all means.
Yeah. Open the doors with a purpose. Not saying kick them open, but just definitely, hey, we're here. Where's our boss?
So you walk in, and Grodd looks up very quickly with one of the vials in his hand. He steps back and drops it in shock, and it hits the ground, splatters, and this like little green fume comes up next to him, and he's just starts coughing and wheezing, shakes his head and steps away, and he's like, "Oh, more of you. What do you Kai Lords want?"
More.
I'll guard the door out, but keep quiet.
Okay, Storm will say, "So you've met our mistress. We are looking for her. We hear she spoke with you earlier today."
He's like, "Yeah, that crazy fire crotch." He's like, "She came in and threatened me. Threatened me."
Oh, definitely
Rod.
Tense up, clench my fist.
I mouthed the words "fire crotch." What?
Okay,
Still clearly a little inebriated, but
Who's got the intimidate quality?
Who does? Or nobody does?
Nobody, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
I'll
What are you asking for?
Oh, intimidate. Who's our best intimidator?
No, I don't have it.
I'll use my mind over matter and just grab a random vial and like kind of lift it up a little bit and hold it in the air nearby to him.
Okay.
Threatening to drop it.
Yeah,
Again.
I like that. So go ahead and just roll D10. I'll give you +2. Okay. So you grab one random vial and float it by his head, and he just kind of looks at the vial. He doesn't know who's doing it or what's doing it. He steps away, and he's like, all right, what do you want? What do you want? Just tell me.
Tell us what you told Mistress Blade.
she came in here and looking for that ugly man, and there was some guy she thought I don't know the details. I just told her what I saw and where it was. He took a load from his wagon and put it in the sewers. I don't worry about what people dump in the sewers.
And who is this man?
Like, I don't know. I don't know who he is. He came and bought a couple vials from me. He didn't give me his name and address.
And what vials did he buy from you?
He bought, I don't know. They probably do nothing. Just trinkets.
He wouldn't have bought them if they didn't if they did nothing. You wouldn't sell them if they did nothing.
Oh, Grodd just starts laughing. He's like, most of this stuff does nothing, and people think it does everything. You know, the fountain of youth, a super strength. It does nothing. I'm a charlatan. Please, don't tell anyone.
The vial I'm holding, I start to shake like it might just fall. You know.
So he steps around. He's except that one. That one is the venom of a poisonous snake from the wildlands. Please do not drop it on me. It'll scar my skin, my beautiful skin. He definitely does not have beautiful skin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you see him dumping this into the sewers?
Oh, one of the side sewers. Not far from here, not far.
Let's get the directions from him if we can.
Yeah, he points, he's like that, you know, he gives you the directions, you know, pretty much where it is. You don't know if he's telling the truth, but you could roll Sixth Sense, whoever has that. Dawn Thunder.
That's right.
Okay. So he is telling you the truth about where the sewers are, at the very least.
Does he have any legitimate potions and things here, or are they all just random weird stuff?
He has some healing potions and some other things, knickknacks and like just strange artifacts that you don't know if they are actually anything or not. But he has some legitimate stuff for sure.
Just a whole lot of bric-a-brac.
Yeah, it's just like a, you know.
But does anyone need to buy a healing potion?
I'm gonna buy nothing from this guy.
Any potions for a hangover?
He's like, actually, I do.
How much?
It's like, well, he's like, a Kai Lord's hungover, and he starts laughing, and he's like, well, yes, this small vial right here will cost you 3 gold, sir. And he picks it up and like hands it to you.
6 cents.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Okay, so it might help. It does have qualities to help, but it's not guaranteed that it will heal him. But it is something that could help.
Look at you and shrug and nod like it's okay to take.
Yeah, it's not poison or anything.
Okay then, I will hand over the amounts required.
Okay, so you give him over 3 gold, and he's like, good doing business with you. I've never sold anything to a Kai Lord before.
Uh-huh.
I want to look at him and I go, how is it you know exactly where to go to find this cure, but you have no recollection of what you sold this man? Even if you sell delusions or illusions, you can't tell us what delusion or illusion you sold this man.
Oh, he's like, okay, fine. He's like, well, one was an invisibility potion, and he took 2 of those, and he took one that I did not understand. It's some sort of thing that a Kai Lord might take, something with mental powers. He paid me handsomely. Seems pretty proud of himself. But your Sixth Sense is going off that he's telling the truth, but he thinks he fleeced him. He doesn't think that they had any real qualities or whatsoever.
Yeah, I just found it odd that a merchant has no idea what the hell he's selling.
Well, he was clearly lying before, right? Yeah.
Despite the way it feels, I'll thank him and I'll actually just give him a gold.
Okay. He's like, what? You Kai Lords are something else. Much better than the redhead. Much better.
Who is Riverblade the redhead?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, let me pull their tokens over.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
No, it's
I
okay
think
because you're gonna need them anyway. But
yeah. I don't know for this scene or not, but
yeah. Okay.
Storm turns and says, "We should continue on to the sewer."
I agree.
And she taps her quarterstaff on the floor and then gets ready to leave the building.
I'll shake the vial in my hand a little bit, sort of examine it, and then I'll pocket it for later.
Okay. It's like a clear blue liquid. When you shake it, it fizzes quite a bit. But that's all.
All right.
It's a small vial, like that big.
Okay.
Not very much. Okay. All right. So you follow his directions to where the sewer is, and then there's rungs built into the brick, or not brick, stone, and so you can see that it goes down, and then there's a large circular opening to go underneath the road. So that's clearly probably what he was talking about.
I wonder.
Go ahead.
I'm talking. Nobody's answering. I got my mic muted. Lore question: the Dark Lords, are they like anti-Kai? Do they have mental powers?
Yeah,
okay.
the Dark Lords are the big baddies, basically.
Once we leave, I will kind of mention perhaps this person buying mental potions is a Dark Lord. Or some agent of them.
Could be the spy.
Yes.
Yes.
Is he Tet frozen? Or is that
No.
me?
No, I'm not frozen.
No. Your image froze. There it goes.
Before we tread into the sewers, if these 2 potions of invisibility were real, I suggest we rely on senses other than our sight. Those of you keen in hunting, use your ears and your noses.
Think it's a good idea to take that hangover potion now rather than later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead, Jim.
Oh no, go ahead. Resolve that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
1d10.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. All right, 7.
So you drink it, and you start to feel like the headiness kind of buzz just kind of drift away, and within, honestly, seconds, you feel completely normal, and you've lost all your penalties. So
It's like
Not a complete fraudster.
5-hour energy shot. Dude.
Now this could be total metagaming, but if we're passing by a merchant that sells, say, a bag of flour.
I was just thinking the same thing. I'd kill for a couple large pockets full of flour.
All right.
I mean, you could go try to find that.
Let's
You could find somebody to.
Flour or spices or anything like that.
You could find something like that, yeah.
Let's grab a few torches or a lamp as well. It's gonna be dark down there.
Like one of you has the lamp already.
I have a lantern.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, I have one too.
Yeah, so you have enough light.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, well, I'll buy some spices or flour or something like that.
Okay, you could buy it for basically negligible money. So.
Okay. I'll buy a couple and just give everyone kind of a handbag.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, now let's head over to the sewers.
Okay. So, are you gonna enter them? Go down the ladder and go inside, I guess.
First, I want to do tracking to see if I can tell that, people's been coming in and out there.
Roll. Anybody who has tracking can roll.
Yeah, me too.
Is the sewers like off to an alleyway, or is it like in the main state?
It's kind of off onto the alleyway, and then there's like a drop, and then like rungs built into the side of the wall that you go down, and then it goes down to like a lower level, and then there's an opening into the sewers. So you all basically passed your tracking, and so do you have tracking? Does Don have tracking? Okay. Well, Don doesn't see it, but everybody else does. So, somebody just struck out. What happened? Okay. So what you see is kind of unexpected. There are literally dozens of footprints, and they are strange footprints.
Like not human?
Like not human. And so that leads you to believe that
are they clawed or cloven? What?
They're clawed. So to you that means they're Gaiac, which are basically goblins.
How many would roughly?
There's dozens.
Okay.
It's probably all muddled.
Yeah, it's just all walking on top of each other.
Heavy traffic.
So we should be expecting a fight down there.
Yes.
Any known fears against these dark creatures? They afraid of light?
No. They can see in the dark, you know that. It depends, right? A lot of if they're off by themselves, they're completely no challenge. But you know when they hoard up, you know that's when they're an issue, and they are honestly very far away from where they should be. These are things that exist west of Summerland, and so they're a part of the Dark Lord's armies typically, and so they should not be here.
How did they even get into this part of town to get into the sewers?
I'm thinking our merchant might have took them.
Or they came in from outside the sewers and came up into the town that way. The sewers got to dump somewhere.
Yeah. Storm tells everyone to prepare themselves and their weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Because
already way ahead of you.
Dark forces are ahead.
Who doesn't have shields? And if you don't have a shield, do you have a two-handed weapon?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out lantern allocation.
I got main thing's a bow, so I'll hang back.
Yeah, you need to. You need to.
I guess I'm going lantern and warhammer then.
Well, I've got a shield and a spear.
The only person that doesn't, everybody has a two-handed weapon and a shield, or the other way, right? So everybody either has a two-handed weapon or they have a weapon and a shield. So you'll have to determine. You're going to need at least one lantern, you think, and so somebody's going to have to bite the bullet.
Well, it has to be someone who has a one-handed weapon, right? Because I can't wield my quarterstaff with one hand.
Right.
I'll be happy to wield the lantern.
Okay.
Go second in the line. I'm assuming we're single file, at least to start.
Yep.
How cramped are these sewers anyway?
You don't know. You're not there yet.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay, let's descend.
So you head down into the sewers.
Wonder if we could possibly set the lanterns, if we get in combat, set them like on the ground in front of us and stuff.
So this is the first entrance into the sewer, and you see just there's like excrement. Clear. There's it's muddy, gunky, crappy down here, right? And you see just so many tracks, but you do see actually what appears to be boot tracks. So it's not, and there's just, but there's just one pair, and it seems to be on top of most of the other tracks.
I will assume that's our mistress. Yeah. Can I send my eagle forward? Because I'm assuming that my eagle can see the dark because I'm a nocturnal hunter.
Yeah, you can.
Just to do some recon.
You can.
Is there room to fly in the sewers?
Well, if it's this big, look at it.
This is just the entrance, though.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just send my eagle forward just to do some slight recon and poke around the corners and stuff like that.
So, you send your eagle forward, and it's gone for not very long, and it comes like hauling ass back out and flies, and it looks pretty perturbed. It lands on your shoulder, and you notice that some of its feathers are missing.
Bow's out.
Okay, now Storm is upset now.
Yeah, shield and weapon in hand, step to the front. Survey the darkness.
I'm going to use my camouflage ability to slide off into the shadows.
Okay.
Or stealth, whatever makes more sense.
Hey, V, are you using your bow?
So the way that works, V, is so if you have a discipline and you have also a skill, you get +2 instead of +1. So let me get your tokens.
What do we have a thing where the traits, like what Quick does or what Night Owl does?
So, well, yes, it should be on your character sheet under the notes.
Yeah.
I don't have
all the +1s are all listed under notes. It's under the skills. Yeah.
Huh, that's...
Right, so if we get into combat, if you need my help, I can spend 2 willpower to grant any of you +1 to combat skills. Or combat exchange for technique.
Can I apply my... we're getting ready for combat here, right? But
yep.
My Night Owl gives me a bonus at night. Does that count for, like, in the dark here?
It would count, yes.
Okay.
Okay, can you all see your tokens there?
Yeah.
Okay, you're in control of them. The way I'm going to use movement, you can move them. Just move them for a normal movement, just move them 4 at a time, we'll say. We're just going to kind of wing movement, but...
Okay.
So you just go in... who has the highest combat skill?
I have 20 with my quarterstaff.
19 naturally, but...
17 with shield.
So let's say...
Mine's a 23 with my bow at night in these conditions.
Yeah, so V, why don't you go first? You can go any way you want.
I will defer. I'm not going to be the guy in the front.
That's fine too. It really doesn't matter who goes first. You set it up however you want.
Okay.
Shield guys first.
Does someone have a shield and not the lantern?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I think that person should go first, and then maybe
I'll go
behind him. Yeah, either myself or the lantern, either second or third, and then V can come in last.
Do they come from the south or the east?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what you have to determine which way you're going to go.
Can I use tracking?
Oh, it's up on the bird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where the bird come from.
This was basically this is a chamber further in, so you're not exactly sure. You could send it back out again if you wanted.
Let's go east. Let's just go east.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Can I do a tracking to check for boot footprints?
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Okay, in both
Every
directions?
every tunnel, yep.
Okay, so let's just go east then.
Okay,
Pick
go
a
ahead.
direction and just go.
So you should be able to move your token, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Shield up,
So
hammer
you're
in
going
hand.
4 that way. So let me.
All right. Spear and lantern.
Okay. So you can keep going as you can. Now you have a passage south and a passage east.
Just holding the lantern kind of over his shoulder, sort of giving a light fixture in front of him.
Yep. You can all see fine.
Go straight ahead.
Anything to the south when I get here?
So you have line of sight that way. See nothing.
Continue on.
Okay. You have a line of sight this way. Don't see anything.
This music is really creepy.
Yeah, I've heard worse.
Wolf used to have some great theme music for like one of those APs, a Carrion one.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So,
That's
Dawn Thunder comes down the tunnel, and he hears this high-pitched squealing and language he doesn't understand. He immediately knows what it is, though. It's the Gaiac language, and they're like around the corner, and they see you, and they're prepared for you because they saw the eagle, and so they immediately step out and attack. And I can't grab them for some reason. Oh yeah.
Now, can I use my power to grant an ally 1 to their combat skill right now?
Yes, you
Or-
can.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I'll do that.
Okay. So go ahead, and if you click on your token and your blue, if you want to just type in 11 in there, can you do that? You see that bubble, the blue bubble?
Yes.
So go ahead and
Okay.
change that to 11 because you use that.
Got it. Done.
Perfect. So Dawn Thunder is getting attacked. So your combat skill is 19, is that correct, or is something
I think
else?
it's a 17. I think you added the 2 twice. It's basic
did I?
combat skills 15, and then 2 for shield.
Oh, but you also get 2 for your weapon skill.
Oh, okay, the notes. Okay, yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
So it is
so-
19.
So you're 19, and so his is now okay. So the way this, so just so you understand, he has a number in the top left of his token. That does not. It's not indicating that there's 3 of them. I'm sorry. It's not indicating that he's number 3. It's indicating that this is a group, and there's 3 Gaiacs there. Okay, and so the way this works in this system is what you do is based on the enemy, they have a grouping rating, and that increases how tough they are based on what their grouping is. Like the highest grouping, they get +4 per thing in that group. So this one is not that tough, but that's the way this works, just so you know. But it doesn't matter. There's, as far as combat's concerned, there's just 1.
Yeah,
so
it has a base stat that's modified by additional.
Right,
features.
exactly. And so what's going to happen is he's going to attack you. When he attacks you, Dawn Thunder actually attacks back. Okay? And when Dawn Thunder attacks back, he cannot move. He cannot go again. Okay? In this round. I'm going to attack. So he has 14. You have 22. So he's down 8. So that's pretty bad for him. I'm going to roll.
He has a 14.
Yeah, he has 14. And you
So,
have
no,
22.
No, I have 19. He's
Oh,
down 5.
Oh, 19. I'm sorry. So 5. So he rolled a 1. That's not good. So if you look at this document right here, this is the combat results table. So he rolled a 1. He has a -5. Okay. So a -5 at a 1 is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it looks like he loses 6
No, I'm sorry. You have it's you have a 6. I don't do that. So you have a 5. He rolled a 1. Okay, so he rolled a 1. So the enemy takes 6 damage, and is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, and the hero takes 4.
And the hero takes 4. So Dawn Thunder takes 4 damage. So if you want to go ahead and move that 22 to 18, and he takes 6. So
Now, are these guys kind of like a minion, or are they like a dangerous threat? Are we fighting?
they're 3 little small goblins,
Okay,
essentially.
somewhat minions, I guess.
Yeah, somewhat.
You're using my ratio or his?
Yours. It's always yours.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. So you are +6, right? So I'm looking at the +5. You're at the +5. He rolled a 1. Or actually, see, that's weird.
Yeah.
Where's that document?
I sent it. It's in that post, and I'm pretty sure I emailed it to you too.
Yeah, it's also under the handouts on the journal tab.
Give me 1 second.
The journal tab?
Yeah, it's like a little newspaper icon above the chat.
Oh, okay.
It's called
Yes.
Random Table.
Thank you. I saw that. he rolled a 1.
Yeah. And it was a +5 ratio.
But that's really bad for him, right? So, actually, I think that should be like inverted.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It would be the attacker determines their ratio.
But that's not. It says that you always subtract them from you. So, I mean, but I guess that's actually negative, right? So that's -5.
I can move again.
Hold on. Bear with me.
But if you only roll one time, right? And then that's basically him attacking you and you attacking him, and the end result of that is the negative. He loses 6 and the hero loses 4. So that's basically both attacks back and forth.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
So that kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, because if you look at a higher, like had he rolled a 5, and we're still using the +5 +6.
Yeah, I mean, if he had rolled a 5,
even more damage though. He'd lose 10, and the hero only lose 2.
Go on.
It's weird.
Right. Well, the higher the number, the better it is for the hero.
Oh, so that's what it is. So 1 is like his best roll.
Yes.
Yeah, 1 is his best roll, and 10 is your best roll.
Exactly.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay.
Right, hero always wants a high number.
Yes. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So so Don.
I just got jumped.
Yeah. So you took 4 damage.
Trio of goblins out of nowhere.
So use that power.
Which is what's happening at my house.
But actually, so you have actually +1 though, because of commanding, right? So actually your combat skill is
be a +4 ratio, 20.
So it's 20.
I'm gonna put someone back to bed.
Okay. And so he takes -5 and you take 4. So he actually lost less and you lost less. So wait, hold on. No, that's wrong. So he had 5, now it's 6. Oh, it didn't change. Didn't change. It was in the same one, so he takes. Yeah. Okay. So he has 8 left. You have 18 left. Okay. So basically, Dawn Thunder comes around the corner and they jump out with their, just modified with hooks and nasty rusted swords, and they just like cut into you a couple times, and you immediately just bring your hammer down on one of their heads, and it just explodes.
So is there only 2 left, or is there still 3?
It's abstract, right? It's hit points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, whose turn is it? So it is technically, I think it's Bright Shield.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I suppose I automatically am going to use Mind Blast.
Yep.
And I will take my spear, heft it up, and then thrust down at the Gaiax phalanx style.
Okay, and you're not using your shield though, right?
No.
So your combat skill is 20. It's 20.
Yes.
Right. So and his is 14, so you get a +6. So go ahead and roll 1d10.
All right.
Big number for the win.
8. It is a big number. So 8 on a +6 is.
Wow.
So basically, you come around the corner, and you first stab one of the Gaiaxes in the head, and then you spin and you bring your spear around, and with the tip of it, cut the Gaiax's throat and kill them both.
I do that all in slow motion too, with some heavy
Matrix
rock
style,
music in the
right?
background. No, not Matrix. Freaking 300, man.
Oh, there you go. So he's dead. And
Kayak,
we can wait for V. If you guys want to take like V, you missed that Hermit or Bright Shield killed both Gaiacs. So.
Right, they caught me out.
Did I take any damage in return, or?
No, I don't think so. 8 on 6. No.
Wow.
So it is Night Fox's turn. You can all pass and move together if you want. That's what you want to do.
If Dawn Thunder looks behind him, you can tell that Bright Shield is looking rather smug.
Is there any more screaming coming from the corridors?
Are we out of combat now? I mean, we can move freely.
You can move freely.
Okay.
Why
You're out
Dawn
of
Thunder go
combat for a
south?
second.
Nurse my wounds for a little bit.
We could split up and take 2 passages south.
Yeah, I think Dawn Thunder should take a step south, and then if that Fog of War disappears, then myself and Night Fox will go around the other side there.
Okay. Shall I follow Dawn Thunder or you two?
I think you should follow Dawn Thunder, and then
Agreed.
myself and Night Fox will go this way,
Yeah.
All right.
and I'll step in front of Night Fox that way.
Yep. I let her through.
I
don't mind
shine
walking.
the lantern north. Do I
We
see
don't have a
anything?
lantern. That's a tricky for us, isn't it?
Yes, that's what I was asking.
We can see the light though coming, so we
Hopefully.
know that the passages connect. Right.
Hopefully.
I got Night Owl. We're good.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, Night Owl can see in the dark,
Oh, then I'm good. Yeah. Go
But-
south, Dawn Thunder.
but Storm Sparrow can't.
For a second, stop for a second. I'm shining my lantern north of me. Do I see anything?
No, there's nothing there.
Okay, then
It's a dead end.
okay.
But you should be able to see this other way. So
Okay.
but you don't see anything that way that you can see. You go this way, nothing.
I don't hear anything either.
You hear a lot of Gaiac noises,
Okay.
just from like everywhere.
Hmm.
Probably echoing everywhere.
Ambient noise. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're playing their drums.
And feasting.
Yes, they're about to feast.
In hell.
All right, well,
Does that in between us go? There we go.
There we go. Oh.
so you walk into the room and there is just probably like 20 of these things, and they're just like all screaming, and they have their terrible weapons, and they're looking straight at you.
I'm thinking we should pull back a little, try and make a choke point.
We can try and flank them.
Maybe.
Can you attack diagonally here?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
It's technically Bright Shield or Night Fox's turn, but I don't care what turn you go into, and really.
If we fall back, we might be able to get them to split into smaller groups.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Sure.
Okay.
Should we go back one more?
Yeah, I'd say right there for now. Then we can figure out what's going to happen.
Sure.
Pulling back, Dawn Thunder?
Yeah, I didn't know if the guy Bright Shield was pulling back another one or not.
Oh,
Yeah, because Dawn Thunder's still exposed. Back
Yeah.
up, back up.
back a little more.
Everyone back up! Hurry!
If you want to not be exposed to the horde, you guys, the front guys should move back again.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Everybody back. Draw them into the tunnels.
Just snarl at them.
So the horde moves forward, and they look like they're going to come after you, but then there's like some other voice, a deeper, also gruntal sound, and then they stop. They're just pointing at you, screaming at you, but they do not follow.
Archers forward.
Archers, you can shoot over their shoulders if you wanted to. Right,
Yeah,
so
I
the
don't
archers
really have a
can't shoot.
shot at that thing though. I mean, there's walls and stuff there, but
Throw a bag of flour.
You can shoot them. You
I
can
can
shoot
shoot
the
a
horde
horde?
if you want.
Okay.
sure, I'll take a shot at the horde.
Yeah, I'll also take a shot too.
Okay. So
We both
let's
have
see.
bows.
Let's do Night Fox first, right? So Night Fox has
19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Yep. 23, so 23 minus 20, so you're going to have 3.
So +3. Okay, big number.
So I roll it, right?
Yeah. The ratio is
Now-
3.
How do they get to attack me back somehow?
No. They do not. They will not attack you back. So 3.
Oh, 3. Won't be
So
big.
3 on 3 is enemy takes 7.
Oh, nice.
Still substantial.
Oh yeah, +3. So yeah, okay. All right, so I'll draw back my bow. You know, I'll put an end to them from here and fire off at them at the nearest one.
Okay.
So
I got
you
bullets.
you shoot an arrow and it goes through like 3 of theirs heads at the same time.
Excellent. Try to clean the earwax out. Shoot through
That's
both
right.
their ears.
Right.
Storm notches one of her arrows and fires it into the horde.
Okay.
Just how diminutive are these guys?
Like your typical small goblins.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a combat skill of 18. For my
Do
bow.
you have a combat skill of 18?
Yeah, for my bow.
Okay, that's not great. That's -2.
-2.
Yeah, but you can't be hurt in
Right,
range,
so-
so
I'll fire one arrow, just... -2 and 2.
okay, so you hit it for 3.
Yep.
So you two shoot into the horde, and they're just screaming and angry, and there's more like yelling, and they actually fall back, and they like round this circular thing here in the middle of the room, and you can't shoot them anymore.
Keep your guard up. This isn't over yet.
Yeah, I put my bow away and grab my quarterstaff back.
So it's up to you guys what you're gonna do.
Assuming bad guy mentality is if we don't get close enough and keep picking them off, they might off river. We could try to meet around either side, or we could all go one heavy flank.
Storm turns over and tells the others, "We have to go save our Mistress River.
Agreed.
All or none."
And you guys feel her presence. Somebody's echoing. I'm not sure who it is. But okay, that's better. So you feel her, and this is something you can do. It's Kyloid thing. You feel that she's close.
Let's move forward. Flank around the circle.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. 2 on 2.
All right.
Guards up.
You can move up to 4 squares. So
Let's see, 1, 2, 3. One more storm. There you go.
There.
4. Okay.
Actually, that's 4. If you can move diagonal.
yep.
I'll move and shoot if I can.
Can't.
Okay.
You gotta move or shoot. So it's their turn. All right. So the horde sees you come back out, and they rush this way towards Storm Sparrow.
Yep.
So Storm Sparrow has what right now?
Quarterstaff is 18 plus 2.
So 20 versus 20.
Yep.
Yep.
Now, quick question before
Sure.
you roll.
Yep.
Is my ability still in effect?
No, it's for one combat exchange. So that's
okay.
one attack. You can buff her again if you want, or buff her now if you want.
Would you like me to do that?
That will give you 2.
No, I think I'm good right now. I think we're facing tougher enemies, and you should save your willpower until we get to the bosses.
Fair enough.
At least let's take care of these little goblins. Hopefully, quickly.
So 1d10, 9. That's going to be good for you. So we're at a 0. Rolled a 9. Enemy takes 11. You take 0. So.
Showing me up, come on.
So basically the horde comes at you and you're with your staff and you're spinning, just bashing them as they come, just knocking them down, disarming them, breaking their knees, their elbows, their clavicles, and just defend all their attacks just in a whirlwind of quarterstaff awesomeness. So.
Can I do a heavy strike?
No, you already went. You moved.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, when they engage you, it consumes your combat for that round.
Okay.
Oh, actually, they take no damage because you already hit. You already moved. So that was your action. So actually, they take no damage.
Oh, okay.
But
Right,
you
I'm
still
gonna need
deflect everything.
Okay.
What's that, V?
No, I'll have to look at the rules a little closer.
Yeah, it's weird. Once you attack in a combat exchange, even if you're the defender, you can't do anything else. You can't attack again, or if you move.
Because what we get like an
You basically get two actions. One is a special action, which is essentially drinking potions, and then the other one is attacking or moving. So either or. So if you do one of those, then you can't do anything else.
But there are some techniques you can do for free as special actions.
Yeah. All right. So now. Guy comes up. What the hell? Oh, this guy actually has 14. I don't know why that's like that. Do you guys see that new enemy?
Yep.
All right, so he comes up and he attacks Sparrow as well.
So you can move and attack.
Oh, you're right. You're right. He can't move and attack.
Like the horde did too, but.
Yeah, they missed though. Yeah, so you're right. You're right about that. And then the last guy comes in, and it's the biggest Gaiac you've ever seen. He's like probably over 6 feet tall. This huge honking thing with a club in one hand and a serrated sword in the other. And so now it's your turn.
Storm's like, what are you guys doing over there?
Busy.
So does Dawn attack first?
Dawn or Night Fox. They both have the
Okay.
same. It doesn't matter. I mean, whichever way you want to do it.
Okay. Let's try to finish off I'm gonna try to finish off the little squad because they seem to. I'm gonna just take a shot at them.
Okay, so you have 23 right now. Is that right?
Yes. Yep.
So you have 9.
Ugh.
It's still pretty good. So he takes 8. You take nothing because it was ranged. And one thing to note: ranged attacks all go first. So if you're making a ranged attack, you go first in the initiative. I think Shurijo is the only other ranged. Hey, Jim.
Yeah, I heard all that.
Okay. So if you're gonna make a ranged attack, which I mean I don't know if you are, but if you were,
I'm not.
okay. So next is Dawn Thunder then.
So what happens to the squad?
They took 8 damage.
Okay.
So looking at the different techniques.
Just curious how many there's left. That small squad's at like 3 of them like before.
Yeah, they're yeah. So you basically shoot a couple of them in rapid succession with your arrows, and actually you are down 2 arrows, so you only have 10 left. I'm not gonna worry about it actually, but so you shoot a couple of them. Yeah. But on range they don't attack back. So
Don't quite understand shield dance, but probably do a straight up normal attack on the war chief. Is he bigger than me, or is he just like actually
about the same size.
Yeah, I was about to say, if he's large, it'd be human size. Block with a shield, aim for the heart.
What's your combat skill? It's I show 19. Is that right?
Yeah, it's 19. He's not.
So
he's
you have
not buffed
so you have +1.
+1. Show me that 10.
6 and a +1. He takes 9. You take 2.
2.
So basically, you smash him in the side with his hammer, and he cuts you with his knife. As you do so. Do you want me to? No, you took. That's the wrong one.
I would just change them. To me, it's easier. Red's combat, green's health.
Okay, well just remind me then.
Oh, okay. If that's what you're referencing now.
I'm referencing red as health, but.
Rock on.
So you took what? You took 3.
Oops, that's 19. 16 health.
Yeah, green screen 19.
19
Okay.
combat.
Yeah. All right, so that exchange is done. So I think it is Bright Shield now.
Mm-hmm. Now, would it cost me an action or whatever the term be for action or whatever to drop the lantern or put down the lantern and get my shield out?
That's free action.
Okay, I'd like to do that.
Okay, you can do that.
And then I will move a step. Here.
So okay, if you do that, then you're basically done if you move. But I mean, I don't know what you're gonna do. Actually, tell me what you're trying to do first, and then we'll.
Well, I figure I was just going to get my shield out, move up, and then take a stab if I could.
You're out of range.
Okay.
So what you can do the charge though. The charge will get you there, and that's a technique.
And I can use the Mind Blast as well?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Okay, so move right here?
Yep, you move right there. So what you do is requires no test, so basically just spend 1 will power to do that.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright, done.
Okay, perfect. So now you have Mind Blast with that, which would be...
Well, with the shield, I have 20 in total, and with the Mind Blast, that makes
22.
it 22.
Yeah. So 22 versus, I think he's got 20? Or 18. So 4. So you're +4.
Okay.
So roll.
Alright, doing so now.
A 5 on a 4 is... He takes 9 damage, you take 2.
Okay. Done.
So basically you come in there with your spear and you stab him and he cuts you across the arm, but it's a superficial wound. Sparrow?
Okay, I'm going to attack.
Actually, Sparrow, you're... Okay, yeah, go ahead. You're fine.
Okay.
You're gonna attack the Horde.
Well, the Horde has... Did we do any damage? We did damage to the Horde, right? With the arrows. So it's like down 10 points.
He's had 10 damage.
Okay, so I'm going
Just
to
look at the red bar. See how it's not all the way... You don't see any bars on the enemies?
No.
You have to fill out both boxes on the configuration.
I also don't see any bars on Dawn Thunder.
Yeah, I don't see any bars.
Oh, I see why. Hold on.
I do on the other guys.
Hold on.
Sure,
I'm
right
fixing
shield.
it. I'm fixing it.
There you go.
Yep. And the small guy took damage from me. 8 points.
Let me fix that real quick.
Ooh,
Okay.
he's on the ropes.
So, you should see everything now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna attack you're attacking the horde or the squad?
Let's go with the squad and get rid of that enemy. Hopefully, if I can get a good hit on it, we can get that guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
take the squad out so it doesn't charge me and I can keep shooting.
So 14. You have 18 right now, or 20?
18 plus 2.
So you have 20. Okay, so you're plus 6.
Okay. A big number. Oh.
3 on a 6. You take 3 damage. He takes 8. So that kills him. You basically go in there and bash some skulls, but you get nicked up as well.
I want to go to bedtime first.
How much did I lose?
No.
So you rolled a 3 and you had 6 on him.
So 3. Okay.
You lost 3, yeah. Yep, perfect. Okay, so I think all the heroes have acted, right? So it's the Horde's turn. Horde attacks Sparrow. And that is...
Did that guy die?
Yeah, the squad died. He's gone. It's 2020. So we're at 0. It's good for you guys. Oh, jeez.
Haha.
But you can't attack him. You can't attack back because you already attacked.
Ah.
So, but he hit you for 0. So basically they charge in there and you're defending everything, parrying, dodging, blocking. Yeah, but you can't attack back. Yeah.
Okay.
So, new turn. So, Night Fox.
They're just as lucky
Wait,
against
what about
Storm
the war
Sparrow as
chief?
her last date.
What's that, Hermit?
What about the war chief?
Did he not attack? I thought he did.
Hey, did he attack back though when Dawn Thunder or Bright
Yeah,
Shield charged
he
him?
attacked back when Dawn
Oh,
Thunder
okay,
attacked.
okay.
So, yeah.
So effectively, in one round of combat, you get one swing, whether you initiate it or you counterattack.
Right. Yep.
Right.
Unless you're
Okay.
doing ranged.
Well, yeah, then you ain't counterattacked or whatever. So.
Right.
All right. So I was just looking at the various techniques. None of them are bow techniques. So I shoot at the horde again.
Okay. So
You could taunt them.
Yeah, I don't think so.
come get me.
Yeah, come on. See if you can get past her. What are you waiting for?
So you have a 3 plus 3.
23. Okay, yeah. And this thing does it get weaker as we take it down or no?
No.
No. Okay, so 23 plus 3 you said. And then
So a 3 on a 3. Enemy takes 7. So you basically shoot a few of them. Nobody else is doing ranged, right? So it would be Dawn Thunder's turn.
Alright. See if we can crush his skull. Huzzah!
Oh,
Oh, nice. So he... So yours is 19, Wolf?
Yeah, 19 for attack.
So it's 1. So a 9 and a 1. Yep. So you take your warhammer and you just pound it down onto his head and basically pushes his head down into his neck, and he like falls over in a heap in front of you.
Huzzah.
Yes. All right, Bright Shield.
All right. I give a nod of approval to Dawn Thunder, and then I will move over. I can move 4, correct?
Yep, you can move 4.
All right, I'll move over here.
Okay. You could charge again if you wanted, but you don't have to. But to charge, you need to spend a
Death or glory,
willpower.
man. Death or glory.
All right. So spend a willpower,
Mm-hmm.
and then you attack. You have a +2.
Mm-hmm. Mind blast, right?
Yep.
Okay. 10. Ooh.
2 with a 2 is you take 4, he takes 5.
Okay.
He actually, yeah, this is a new return. Yeah, he can't attack again, so don't let me attack him.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, all right.
So his attack was versus you. You come up behind him and you stab a few with your spears, and they turn around and start hacking at you. But you've got their attention, leaving them open to
Storm.
Storm.
Okay, Storm takes her quarterstaff and starts swinging and rotating it and doing the little baton twirl.
Baton twirl. Okay. So you're at a 0.
Wait. Oh.
7 on a 0. Oh. So Storm Sparrow jumps in the middle of them. She's bashing their skulls, breaking their knees, and finally the last one's before, and she disarms it and then smacks it across the face to defeat the horde.
And they don't attack back with that either, right? So
No, they already attacked.
yeah.
So you've defeated all the Gaiacs in the area, and it goes deadly silent. You don't hear anything else.
Okay. Storm says, "Is anyone injured?"
Of course not.
Yeah.
Go down here and look down that passage.
Dawn Thunder got a little nicked.
Okay. Hey,
Dawn
Dawn,
Thunder's down to 15.
Do you have any Lemspur?
Yeah, I have a potion. I was contemplating it.
That heals 4.
endurance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just all rejoin.
Okay.
Rejoin up.
So-
Give me a minute, my brothers.
So
I'm gonna peer down this western passage while they're tending. Make sure we don't get jumped by something else.
yeah. So
Hey,
basically,
Night Fox, how many arrows do you need? And I'll refill your quiver from arrows from my quiver.
Oh, yeah. Can I recover any spent arrows?
yeah, you recover enough to have 12.
Okay. I only shot 3, I think. So.
I mean, I'm not gonna worry about that. That's a
Okay.
little crazy, but so
Trying to leave
basically,
his body over, look for keys and stuff.
yeah, there's no keys. There's nothing. You find nothing on them worth anything. You decide that searching the Gaiacs' bodies is pretty disgusting. You don't want to do that anymore.
I just poke at him with my quarterstaff. I'm not getting near those things.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Yeah, the leader, the war chief, was the only one worthwhile of checking,
Yeah.
anyways. Like you said, for keys or
Yeah.
notes from the boss or stuff like that.
Yeah. So
Speaking of the war chief, I go over to him. I study his corpse for a moment, and then I take my spear, grab it near the head, and start to carve his image onto my shield.
oh, nice. Okay. So you try to like outline the image of the Gaiacs warlord under your shield, and you're not an artist, but it looks pretty good, and you think that once you get to somewhere where someone can paint it, it would look pretty sweet. So
All right.
yeah, no, I like that. That's pulling in your background. That's good.
Mhm.
Storm's gonna come over here where Night Fox is and check out this little passage.
Yeah,
with
so-
my dark vision or whatever I've got.
Yep.
Take a
So
look.
Night Fox is looking, and he can see just about everything perfectly, and you hear something coming from this way. And if you give me 2 seconds, I'll show you what that is.
How do you guys ping the map?
Hold down your left cursor.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
So I'm looking this way.
Oh,
I'm looking in this direction.
Riverblade.
Oh, she's really big too.
Yeah, she took one of those. She took one of those potions. Got
You really
huge.
let yourself go.
Got swole. So she runs out of the passage, and her blade is just dripping with blood. And she walks out, and she's like, "You found me." She's like, "Good. Are you ready to leave?"
By your will.
Not yet. Someone poured some things into the sewer that we need to inspect to make sure it's not dangerous.
Yeah, she says they were dangerous, and they're all dead.
Okay.
All right. We've booked passage on a merchant ship south down the river.
She's like, "Good." She's like, "I want you guys to take the ship to the road, past the wildlands, and then head towards Caden. I will go a different path because there's something at Cove Gorn that I need to address alone.
Okay.
Shall we wait for you at Caden, or try to find the youth without you if we beat you there?
If you beat me there, find Lingstrad and take him back to the Kai Monastery. Do not wait for me.
Okay.
I will catch up with you.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
I guess it's time to leave, gentlemen.
Yep.
I'll go that way. I'm going to make him open the map up over here.
Can we assume I
No.
went over and gathered up my lantern in the meantime?
Yep.
Okay.
You got your lantern. No problem. So you head to find the merchant Ingid.
You got some nice little scenes here.
I'm very artistic.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a pretty big pole boat.
No kidding. Probably a river barge.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go
So.
to the crow's nest with my eagle.
Okay.
Eagle's nest.
All right. So basically, well, I'll wait until V gets back real quick.
That combat makes a lot more sense once you see it actually happening.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, cause I got confused on the backwards when the enemy attacked, but really what it was is when they roll low, it's good, right? So.
Well, it reminds me of Warhammer, where if you roll lower, it's better.
Oh yeah.
When you're trying to hit them anyway.
Right.
My concern, or not really concern, but I guess question is, you did a charge attack and you have a shield which increases your combat skill, but your mind blast skill is like what? It's psychic, right?
Right.
Mhm.
It essentially
how would your shield improve that?
Well, your shield doesn't improve your mind blast, but like your shield just helps your normal combat, and then this mind blast on top of that. That's the way I see it, at least.
Okay, so it's just your overall combat effect.
Yeah, shield helps your overall combat because it's kind of a like back and forth type of thing, right? You use it to get in position, whatever. And so, but the mind blast just gives you a solid +2 all the time.
Well, Spartan Jedi.
Yeah. All right. So you head back to the wharf, and the merchant that promised to take you with him is so happy that he's like, "Oh, you've returned! Great! Are you ready to go?"
Storm nods and says, "Yes, we should depart as soon as you are ready."
He's like, I can be ready in 15 minutes."
Okay.
That's too slow. We leave without you.
Storm wishes to get out of the city and onto the boat and onto the river and out away from this urban area.
I agree. I'd like to get to fishing.
Yeah, I'll just for make it easier, I'll pick up another quiver of arrows so that we don't have to worry about,
Okay, that's fine.
So
So you all get on the boat, and Riverblade stands on the shore and waves to you, and she's like, "Do not wait for me. Find the boy if I'm not there." She's exuding some like trepidation in what's gonna happen.
And Storm does a Kai salute back.
Is there such a thing?
No.
Oh. Like I said, playing by ear, so.
Yeah. And she returns the salute and turns and walks into the crowd without saying another word or doing anything else. So.
And we never see her again. There goes the GM's NPC.
We're on our lads.
Okay. So the first day on the road, or not on the road, on the river.
Well, someone needs to buy food for themselves, right?
He said he'd feed. He said he'd feed us.
Oh, okay, so good.
He
Okay,
did
just
say
want to
we
make sure
should
that
get-
someone doesn't starve on the boat while all of us are eating.
He's carrying cargo of food. So.
Yep. So and like he said, he has arrows for you too.
Arrows
so you don't
too.
even.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't need to buy any.
Yeah. And so the first day down the river, you don't have any problem whatsoever. It's pretty good weather. Don's helping steer the pole boat. No problems whatsoever. You see wildlife on the shores, and you fish, and everything seems fine.
Okay, as far as healing goes, if we have the healing ability, are we back to max by now?
No. Did you take healing? I thought you said you
Yes,
didn't.
I did.
Okay. Well. Okay, so healing another person, you can heal them too.
Okay.
But you need to roll. So go ahead and roll d10.
Well, for myself, I gain
For
one
yourself-
endurance every 2 hours.
Yeah, 1 every 2 hours, right?
So you would be healed.
Okay, let me bump my number back up then.
How often does willpower refresh?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's just say it 2 a day. So give yourself 2 back
Okay,
for whoever spent, which I think it was just Bright Shield, right?
pretty much, I think.
Yeah. But that's
Yeah,
the good. Now you're using it and using it well. It's good.
Okay, I'm gonna heal Dawn, because I think Dawn is the only one that has endurance drain, right?
I have a healing skill too.
Okay.
If you have-
Oh,
if you
so
have
you're
healing,
healed. If you have
automatically
healing, then
healed.
you're full healed. You're fully healed.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it. Okay. So your wounds just magically seal and regenerate. Okay.
Okay, so everyone should be back to maximum endurance right now.
Everybody should be back to maximum endurance, and I think maybe Bright Shield just has like a couple willpower he's lost, so you're pretty much at full strength.
All right, cool.
So head down the river, and like I say, the first day it seems really good, and the next morning seems very good, and then you're coming up on it's starting to get a little foggy and kind of gross out, light rain, and the innate, the captain and the merchant looks out, and he's like, oh no, he's like, there's a tree across the river. If I hit that, he tries to stop. He's trying to stop with the pole boat, and he's like, something. We have to do something. If I hit this, we're gonna wreck.
And he can't slow down?
Not enough.
Okay.
Current's too strong, I imagine.
Yes.
I'll leap to the bow and use my mind over matter as powerfully as I can to try and push some of the stuff to the side. I'll Jedi force it.
Yep. So you're able to remove some of the wreckage out of the way. Does anybody else have Mind of Manner?
I do.
Okay. So you
I
also
can't do
can
it
move.
alone. Join me.
You also, so basically, with both your skills, you're able to clear the breach, and it's like, I can't believe it. That was incredible.
Does that use willpower?
What's that?
Does that use willpower?
No,
No.
Oh,
It's just-
wow.
kind of automatic thing.
So it's starting to get foggy.
It is foggy and it's raining.
Eyes to the shoreline, definitely.
I have my cloak up over my head.
I have my bow out right now too. I point to a Night Fox and tell him to take his bow to one side of the boat, and I'll be on the other side of the boat, so we can both keep a watch out on the shore.
Tell Enid and his family to get to safety. We'll take the pole. I got the pole anyway. But
I'll be right on the bow here. I can fire at either side. Plus, I just did the whole thing. I just did the whole, Jedi Force.
basically, tell the non-combatants to take cover just in case.
Right.
You stand on the bow and say you're the king of the world.
I'm the king of the world.
So go ahead and put your guys where you want them. It's fine. Hey, Wolf, can you roll 1d10 for me?
I wonder if you can whisper a roll.
I think there's a way to do a roll that only the GM sees.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I read about that somewhere. I don't know how to do it though.
You want to try a slash there?
Yeah, I was trying to roll GM, but
It's okay. I don't care.
You can do 3D dice too.
All right, so you're heading down the river, and so Enid's very happy, and he's like, "Well, thanks." He's like, "Why are you guys worried?"
you said the way is. Why were you worried?
Well, he's like, I mean, now you seem very on edge, even though you've moved the breach or the obstruction.
It could have been man-made, not natural. Be on the lookout.
Oh. And
A
so.
perfect place for an ambush after you hit the debris.
Okay. So.
I suggest you put your back to that pole.
He's like, okay, and tries to help as best he can.
Can't you hear the music?
Oh, the music changed.
And so, as you're going down, you spot men in the brush on the outskirts of the riverbank, and 2 of them have bows, and they shoot at you.
Enemies ahead.
Outlines in the fog.
I hear battle music number 1. It's trouble.
Shields up.
Quick, hand me a baby. Oh god, he just killed somebody.
So, well, that's worse for them, right? So,
that's right.
one shoots, and it goes over Night Fox's head.
Ducks. Laughs.
And then the other shoots Storm Sparrow.
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
And that does 6 damage.
Ouch.
So for you guys who are ranged, you get to counterattack. You see there's one archer on each side of the river, and then there's 2 other men on the other side of the river. So.
Alright, I'll shoot at the archer on my side to the right.
Okay.
It's not night time, so
Nope.
I'm at a 22.
Yep, you get +6.
My bow. +6.
Takes 10 damage.
So that's a +6, and I rolled a 5. 10. Okay.
So you shoot one of them dead, essentially.
Nice.
Storm Sparrow, I think you're the only other person with a bow.
Yep. And just so you know, we can't see the health bars on those guys either, so
Oh, okay.
it may not matter, but so that archer, that Night Fox shot is dead?
No, he's not dead.
Oh,
Okay. I thought you said one was dead.
One of it's a group. Oh, I'm sorry. I just said earlier that it was in a group. So yeah, you shoot the guy in the leg.
Okay. The Storm is going to take aim at the same archer and try to finish that one off.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
And I have an 18 with my bow.
So it's a +2.
I rolled a 5.
5 on a +2.
-7. -7.
-8, right?
8, yep.
Oh, -8. -8, yeah.
So Storm Sparrow shoots over Night Fox's shoulder, and the arrow goes straight into the guy's face. Kills him.
Hey, that was my kill.
You can have the next one.
Okay.
Deal.
So if the melee guys want to disembark, they can.
What is the distance between the vessel and the shoreline?
It's just normal 4. I mean, you can jump out and.
I mean, is the barge anchored?
No, it's not anchored. You're moving.
Oh, okay.
Getting back on is my concern.
Yes. Is there a way to get in front of the archers in a way where we can put our shields up and kind of offer them cover?
No.
Ah.
Yeah, these shields you have are like small, not quite bucklers, but round shields basically.
Rondels.
Yeah.
All right.
We're monks sworn to protect.
Well, plus these rules, I don't think that would be covered in these simple
It's
rules.
not. It's not. Yeah, it's not that.
It's more complicated technique.
I mean, if you want to, okay. So what I'll let you do, if you want to sit there and put up a shield wall, I'll give them a bonus to their combat skill. But if they take any damage, you'll take it instead.
That's fine. I'm more than happy to take the hits.
Yeah.
So you pick one so whoever's on your side is who you're defending.
Right, I'm guarding Storm Sparrow.
So I'll give +2 to their combat skill.
You guys also could jump off and go finish off that lone axeman to the right, and then Night Fox and I will work on the other 2 guys on the other shore.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Yeah, there's an axeman and then there's a spearman.
Right. I would say you guys go for the axeman and let us take the archer over here on this side. That way they can double team me on the left side of the bank.
Okay. If that's what you want.
Yeah, we'll pick you up back.
Yeah.
Pick you back up after.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
they can.
That's a group of 2 axemen there too, right?
Yeah.
Is that a 2?
Yep.
Yeah. So you got 2 people over there, and you got 2 spearmen over here too.
Oh, that changes things then. If we're gonna, like I said, nothing venture, nothing gain, as long as we can get back on the boat.
Yeah, he can slow it down enough where you can get back on.
Okay.
We have coils of rope.
Yeah. Just don't get the flour wet.
The most worthless purchase in any RPG of all time, flour.
Hey. Never
Well,
know.
maybe, I don't know.
If
We'll
Pipkin,
make a cake.
as I said, if Pipkin was here, he could just cook us something.
Right.
We're the Kai Lord Doughboys.
All right, so Dawn Thunder moved. Bright Cloud gonna move, or Bright Shield, I mean.
Right? Yes. Move here. Let's see. Here.
Okay. All right, so it is the melee guys for theirs turn. Move. Can't attack. Move.
They'd have to charge, right?
Yeah, they can't use techniques. They're only certain enemies can use techniques.
Like
These guys
boss
can't.
type.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these guys moved and they're done. So ranged next.
Okay, go ahead, Knight.
Alright, yeah, I'll fire at Archer 1.
Okay.
Because I have a 22, so it's higher than the Archer, right? So I get to
Yes.
go before him.
Yes. You have 8 on this guy.
Plus
Okay.
8. Holy cow. If you get a 10,
Five.
it's insta kill. Ah.
Might still be an instant kill.
Minus 11.
You rolled a 5. Yep. He's still alive.
Yeah. I have not rolled good for combat.
So Storm looks over and says, "Do you want the archer?"
Finish him.
Okay, firing at the archer.
Finish him.
So you have 6. You get 6. Yep. You put an arrow in his chest and he falls over dead. Alright, melee guys.
Gotta look at the 2 axemen and give them that Vin Diesel bad decision. And 19.
Yep. So if you're using a 19, you have 5. A 5 and a 5 is... He takes 10 damage, and you take 2.
Alright.
And he cannot attack again. So, Bright Shield.
All right. Just winding up for the charge.
You're going to charge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so
that just spends one of your
-1.
willpower. Yep.
Yes. All right. And rolled, and of course, automatically Mind Blast.
Yep.
Roll D10.
So you have 22, is that right? 24.
Yes.
Okay, so 22 versus 14, so it's 8 and 8. He's going to be dead for sure. So yeah. So you just run through and just stab 2 guys at the same time. Push it through the first guy and then into the second guy, and he's dead. They're dead.
Did a little parkour off the tree there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Alright, so it is their turn again. 1, 2, 3. Jumps on the boat. But he's in a different layer, so just pretend he's there.
He's under the boat.
Yeah. The boat's right there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Your guys' turn.
Wait. Oh, Night Fox is up.
Did
You're
we
up,
fall
G.
off the boat?
No.
The boat had to get moved because of some layer issues.
Oh, okay. So we're still here.
Yeah.
There's a guy on the boat. Look
Yeah.
behind
So
you.
they jumped on the boat.
Yes.
He's the
Can I
last guy.
Can I use my? There's 2 of them though, right?
Yeah, there's
Yes.
2 of them.
Can I use my bow like this, or do I have to switch
Yeah.
to melee?
No,
weapon?
you can use it if you want.
All right. Now he'll be able to attack me back this time.
Yeah.
Probably. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can you let
I'll
me go
just-
first? And then let Night Fox fire?
He can delay.
Yeah.
We'll say you can delay. That's fine.
I'll let Storm Sparrow swing first.
Okay, yeah, I'll use my quarterstaff.
I mean, I can use my sword if we can switch for free.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'm using my quarterstaff, which is 18 plus 2, so it's 20.
Okay. All right. So you got +2 on him.
Okay, plus 2 on him, and so it's minus 12.
Oh, you hit a 9. Okay.
Yeah.
So you smash one guy and knock him back into the water, and he drowns. Gets pulled under. And you never see him again.
And then I'll kind of leap partly back up on the rail and fire into the last guy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Maybe.
So you get a +4 on him. So it's a -6 to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's dead. So you basically back up far enough and just put one in his chest, and he falls over the rail and into the water, and it like has his head down. He's ducked and he's grabbing onto the pole, just like helpless, but doesn't look like there's any more guys coming as far as you can see.
Okay.
So at the end of combat, I flourish my spear a la Oberyn Martell.
Okay.
Run alongside the shore and get back on the boat.
All right, so you guys, he slows down the boat long enough for you guys to get back on.
Reach out,
And,
help him up.
Yep. Reach down, help him up, throw over your coils of rope, and yeah, the raiders seem to be dead, and it's like that's why I hired you guys. I knew something like this would happen.
Just smile, put a hand on his shoulder, and go back to the pole.
Yeah, the forces of evil would
Yep.
never triumph over the forces of good.
Okay, so you have no more problems for the rest of the trip down the river, and you come out into a very small town, and you make your way to Caden. And so everybody is going to refill all their willpower and health at this point. Gotta copy this. Right. Okay.
So do you like have a macro that switches the map and the music at the same time?
Yeah. It when you switch the
You set some scene parameters or something?
Yeah, when you switch the page, you can say on load play this song. And so that's how it works basically.
Cool.
Okay. Let's just take a couple of seconds here. Hey guys, little bad news. It looks like at this point in the video, I was having some audio issues and I started to re-record, and when that happened, it looks like my mic got muted for the entire time for as far as recording goes. So I'm basically going to stop the video here. What do you think happened for those who watching and didn't play? I guess it's up for you to decide what happened with Lingstrad and the Lone Wolf Initiates. If you would like to know what actually happened, feel free to come and talk to us at Fellowship of the Dice at dicefellowship.org. Thanks.